Alright, Huge Movie Fanatics coming at you with a solo review from me. I'm Nate, coming right at you. Matt hadn't had a chance to see it.
I want to see it very, very badly because I'm a fan of the franchise, but
okay.
Well, I'm a fan of the first one, I should say. I just didn't get a chance to see it. We are here to review, or he's here to review.
I'll probably keep spoiler free then.
Yeah.
I'll just give an overview.
Yeah, unless you really deem the spoilers necessary.
Nothing is necessary. It's just
we're here to do Men in Black 3.
Men in Black 3. So it's been 10 years since the last Men in Black, and you know I had never expected them to ever do another one again, as probably did a lot of people. And when I saw that it was being done, I was like, well, 3D obviously, blah blah blah, Sony, yeah, blah blah blah, 3D, and I was just like, I mean, it's been 10 years, so it was like, you know, I didn't even care. But when I don't know, I kind of respect. I kind of like Barry Sonnenfeld. I kind of like what he. Well, Men in Black, the first one. I can't remember so much about the second one.
Nobody can. I've talked to so many people about that. I don't either. I've seen it twice.
But I mean, the first one was cool. The first Men in Black, and I like Barry Sonnenfeld's sense of humor.
Yeah.
It was great in Men in Black, and I can't remember where I heard this. If it was maybe commentary, or some interview with him where he said Steven Spielberg approached him to do the movie, and he said, "Well, I don't want to do it unless, you know, unless I can do what I want." So he let him do what he wanted. You can tell that it's a Barry Sonnenfeld.
Yeah.
The first time I ever saw any, like, I don't know what his first movie he directed was, but the first time I ever saw a Barry Sonnenfeld movie was Addams Family, you know, and I don't really like the movie, but I really like how it's shot.
Yeah, right.
And the best thing about the movie, and also the music. I don't know who the hell, I got the CD, I can't remember his name, but whoever did the music for that, the best thing about Addams Family is how it's shot, cut, and like the score, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And especially, and it's like, if you look at Addams Family Values, the same thing actually kind of goes for that. The visual aspect is what makes that movie, and there's a little part.
I like the second one. I didn't like the first one. The second one I really liked.
The second one is cool, and this one part where is the hand's name Thing.
Yeah.
Thing was it's just like at the beginning of the movie, and it's just like out of nowhere where he's just on a skate or whatever, and he skates by again, and he does this cool stuff, and it's like the whole sequence is so visually awesome, and it's like 45 seconds long or something like that, and it's like these static shots. And he uses these lenses that I love, which are a little more wider, of the skate doing this and that. And then there's a shot of like skate POV where he's spinning it and you see the skates just sitting there in the background. That shot, that sequence, which is, like I say, is 40-something seconds long, or 35, is shot and cut just so wonderfully. And the music there, and it's just it's just a demonstration of what I guess he can do as a, and that's what I like. And I was excited going into the movie because it's like Barry Sonnenfeld, and I assumed, I didn't actually research, but I assume it was, and it is, I think, right?
I haven't seen it, so I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it is, because I think he makes his little cameo as someone on the couch, and I was disappointed. Without ruining it, or without giving anything away, it was definitely probably the worst of all three for me.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. It felt like if you had a contest, at some high school, and some film, let's say that school was correct and there was a film program in your high school, and some film student wannabe who's going to do that when he graduates high school wins a chance to basically make Men in Black 3 with Will Smith, with everything that Barry Sonnenfeld would have access to, but we're going to let this high school kid do it, and the kid's going to have influence on the script because that's very apparent. And the movie, it starts off with just like CG mayhem, and there was this older woman in front of me who I could see was shaking her head back and forth, and then like within the first 15 minutes she got up and left.
Oh wow.
Wow. Because the first 15 minutes is basically CG 3D tomfoolery, just mayhem. Okay, and it felt like the scenes felt to me like they weren't even necessarily. And I think Rip Torn, he must have died. Rip Torn,
no,
because
he's still around.
He's still in it. Well, then, or he's still alive because he wasn't in it. He probably
he's had a
refused
lot
to do it.
I think drug and
so
legal
maybe,
problems. So
yeah,
he might not
yeah.
have been insured to do it.
Probably not. But anyway, his character. Maybe I won't say it, but anyway, he's not in
His
it.
character is.
Did I already say it?
No,
Shit.
like I assume he's. Like
Anyway.
I mean, that's not so much a spoiler unless it's
Yeah,
a major
I
part
guess
of
you're
the,
right.
like, the
No,
plot.
no, it isn't. But what I was getting at is it didn't. It felt even less like a Men in Black movie because he wasn't there. It was
Yeah, because I did like him in the movies.
Yeah, he wasn't in them much, but
Yeah.
for some reason he was like some kind of, when he was in the scene, he felt like a central character, like a centralized, like in some weird way when you look back at the movies, he was the king of the whole movie, even though he was because I guess he was a guy in charge of of them.
Yeah.
He felt his presence, or I did, like all the
I
time
totally
or something.
did.
And when you came back to him, it was like, there he is, and he was just such a great character actor. And with him gone, it's like the Men in Black sets, the Men in Black cast, the Men in Black music. But it's just like, what are we doing? And why are we here? So we can be in 3D. Any questions?
No, I just have some observation I'd like to make. When I saw Prometheus, I saw it with 3 friends.
Yeah.
And when we got out of the theater, we had just talked about the last movie that we'd seen. All 3 of them had seen Men in Black 3 separately. And I was like, oh, well, what'd you think of it? And I turned to my friend Joe, and he's like, I liked it. I really liked it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then Emmanuel, who watches these, he was like, are you serious? And he was like, oh, it was terrible. And then my friend Kayla was like, it was okay. So, like, I have no idea who to trust. I was like, I got one person telling me it's good, one telling me it's bad, and one telling me she was indifferent.
Well, the guy who likes Mission Impossible is correct.
That's true.
What's his name?
But he did rewatch it.
You little stinker.
Oh wait, no. He referenced that in terms of this. He's like, remember when you told me never to go back and rewatch Men in Black if I like it now because I'll go back and not like it? He's like, that's what this Men in Black 3 is. It's going back to something that you love and realizing it's not what you thought it was, and it kind of sucks at the end of the day. And he's like, that's what he came out thinking Men in Black 3 was. And
well, I don't think Men in Black, sucks in general. I just think the reason and I think this one sucks.
Yeah.
I think 2. I can't remember 2, but
I said 2 was the worst of the bunch, though.
Oh, they still do.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so. The bad guy, the antagonist, the bad guy in this, it's so stupid. And the thing I liked about the bad guy in the second one is she's a bad, kind of a sexy bad girl.
Yeah.
And Vincent D'Onofrio in the first one is like just.
He was so good. He was
great.
just like chilling, but also like kind of goofy and funny while still being chilling. And that scene where he's just like, and then just yanks his face back.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many creative touches in that first movie, and it's like they have all this technology now.
I always thought that he should have been nominated for an Oscar just for how strange. Like, that's unlike any performance that man has ever given. Like that, he really stepped outside of his box for that role. Like, I thought he should have gotten a nomination for that, but he didn't. Darn.
Yeah, because Oscars matter so much.
They do.
They don't.
But anyway.
But yeah, I don't have a lot to say. It's hard. Well, I can't really say much without spoiling stuff. Anyway, but the whole, I thought in the trailers and stuff, as it was before it came out, the whole what's his name aspect of who?
Agent K.
What's his name? The guy.
Tommy Lee Jones, and then Josh Brolin plays.
Yeah, Josh Brolin. I thought that at first I was like, what the? Is Tommy Lee Jones not even in it? And then we find out he's in it, and he goes back in time. And I will say that he does a goddamn great job.
And you see that in the previews. I was just like, holy crap, he mimics him so amazingly well.
But
he played George Bush a couple years ago, and he doesn't look anything like George Bush, but he played him so convincingly that I started just looking at him. I started looking at him, and I was like, he dissolved into that character so well.
Poor guy.
And I was just blown away. He should have won an Oscar for that.
He should win an Oscar every time he's in a movie. Oh, you're talking about Vincent D'Onofrio.
No,
yeah, I thought that was the same guy.
No, Josh Brolin.
Yeah,
my God, he's such a good actor.
So he was probably the best thing about the movie. The guy who's the newbie. The only reason he's the best is because I guess maybe he's fresh and we've seen the other 2 before. Actually, Tommy Lee Jones isn't even around much, which is I think that's another reason why I didn't really like it as much, because it's just like you take this duo who's been a great duo in 2 movies and you split them up, and even though he's with the character played by another actor, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like when I said about Scream 4, it's like 10 years since. I mean, for this one, it's 10 years since, and it's just like the return. I didn't felt like if you're gonna come back after 10 years, I mean, let's have
really should make it be a worthwhile return.
Yeah, and I think actually, like Battleship did for you, I thought that the movie started like almost walk out, well, like the woman did, walk out ability, and it did kind of get a little better as it went on, and I can't say any more without spoiling it, but my stars is difficult. I guess I'd go 2 stars because of the way it does progress towards the end, and there are some interesting ideas, but it starts out like just summer blockbuster mindless bullshit. I mean, to a point where you wouldn't even believe. So
there's been a lot of like just sort of mindless.
I know it's getting like
summer.
worse and worse every year.
Well, not only that, like
worse and worse.
Every movie trailer that I like saw, I was like, you know, this actually looks like it might have promise and whatnot. Turned out that it didn't live up to the promise, with the sole exception of the Avengers for all of the summer movies. Like, so much so that I'm beginning to dread like what's coming in the future.
After I saw Men in Black or Battleship and Men in Black 2, I was like, do I even want to go to any more movies?
Yeah, I mean, I did that too. Well, I'm still having that thing after Prometheus where I was just like...
Last year, I went to see Cowboys and Aliens, and that put me off the rest of the movies until Mission Impossible, because it came out after Captain America.
Oh, did it?
That was August. So I didn't see because I was gonna see Captain America again in the theater and or Transformers, because I actually do like the third one. And after I saw Cowboys and Aliens, I'm like, I don't want to go to the theater again and experience that.
I still haven't seen that. I really want to. I was actually thinking about renting that.
Well, yeah, because we got to review it. I'm dying to hear your.
And I'll see that, and I'll see Men in Black 3 hopefully for the next batch of reviews.
And are you ever gonna see Innkeepers?
I plan on seeing it. I just haven't had access to it yet. It's not at the, or every time I go to Redbox, it's not there. I think it's available, but people keep renting the damn flick out. It's popular.
Hey, way to go, people. Yeah. So that's it. Let's end it. There's other stuff to talk about today. Men in Black 3, 2 stars. Mostly for it does kind of get better over the course of the movie and get very kind of sentimental at the end in a way that worked out.
Okay.
Men in Black 3. Catch you later.